Good evening once again. Good evening if you just joined us. It's the Upnlive show. We broadcast here live here in TGM Radio each and every Tuesday right here, 9 p.m. on your radios. So we live across the world. And I'm liking how the show is going because recently we've been having loads of royalty in the studio.
Yeah.
And the show is at a precedence now where we can safely say we're in a good place. And even so more that we're in a special place now because we have one of the founding members of dub reggae music live here. I might give him a title that is too much, but I don't think it's too much. I think it's just, right? So people, if you don't know who I'm talking about, our next guest right here on the show is the one and only King Tubby. Welcome to the show, sir. Good evening.
Blessed evening.
Fada Cecil.
And thank you very much for joining the show. It's a pleasure having you here.
And thank you also to invite me here.
Of course, for me personally, sessions like these I live for because I like the history of my music and the names I hear of my four fathers in music. I only hear them and I don't really get to meet them as much. So meeting you is a pleasure to the show. Right? Let's get that out there first and foremost. And your name is other than Mr. King Tubby's. Can you get some a little bit information about yourself prior to the stardom of King Tubby's son? Who are you?
My birth name is Cecil Rennie.
Cecil Rennie.
Yeah, I was born in the parish of St. Thomas, Jamaica.
Okay.
Eastside.
St. Thomas.
That's right.
And you moved to the UK when?
I came to this country as a young boy,
Okay.
1965.
65.
Only 5 years.
That's
Okay.
a long time.
I
Surprise.
come and I got school here as well, you know what I mean?
That's what I was going to say. You went to school here in England.
In England, yeah.
Okay, so that roughly was about what age? About 9, 10?
No, man.
Now I'm trying to figure out how.
I'm
what
going
was,
to tell you how old I
you know
am.
what? Tell me.
No, I'm not. I'm proud
He's
of my
not
age,
afraid
man.
of his age.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm very proud of my age. I'm 70 September. This September on the 5th.
Happy
The
belated
So-
The
birthday.
5th of September. That's my daughter's birthday, you know.
Greatness.
Good on that day.
Yeah, but I'm
Thank
a
you
boss
for that,
cake
man.
too, you know.
Of course.
Yeah,
Keep on
the kid that did
See?
bad for you. He did bad. Yes.
So
Happy
let me-
belated birthday to you.
Thank
and we
you
wish
very
you all
much.
the very best. Yeah?
Thank you.
Of
Cool.
course. So let's start with the journey first, because you started in Jamaica. You say you migrated to the UK. What was your first contact with music?
Yeah, well, when I was a young child in Jamaica, I grew up with my grandmother, because my mother and father came to this country and then sent for me here
Okay.
and, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
join my parents. I always listened to a thing called Teenage Dance Party on radio.
Okay.
And because we have a radio in my home in St. Thomas, we always sit, me, my uncle, my auntie, all of us sit and listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
Yes,
type of
it
music
is.
that was playing that time was?
It was scare, because we
Ska.
used to listen to Majuki and King Sage
Okay.
as a young boy. So I grew up love music.
And what convinced you that, all right, so listen, this is what me like? What was that spark that I said, I had to pursue this further?
Yeah. So after my parents sent for me and I come here, I go to school. But I used to thief out sometime and go a dance.
Like we all do.
Push up the window and catch it with something that it don't
Don't
come back.
lock
And
up.
my mother and father upstairs asleep. And I used to go with a son named Drew Creed.
Joe Creed, yes.
Yeah. And I followed Drew Creed's sound from the late 60s till I started my sound in the 70s.
You started in the 70s.
1970.
Okay. So at that point, were you doing anything other than music then?
No, well, at the time of Drew Creed, I was still going to school.
Oh.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you start King Tubby's when you was going to school.
No, I start King Tubby's after,
After,
I
in the
left
70s,
school
okay.
at-
So you used to
at the
thief
age of
out.
19.
Okay.
So you see Steve out and Gory used to go
Yeah.
link up with them Monday.
and
Do what
get
you need
home
to do.
back before my parents
Before them
Wake
wake up.
Yeah,
Real
wake
rude
up.
boy.
All right. So we know all of that, and just to clarify things, like what was some of the first record you bought when you take that plunge and say, okay, I need to build my own sound system.
No, well, how my sound really come about, you know. You see, when my mother used to give me a little pocket money,
Yeah.
me used to buy a record at Brixton
Yeah.
for all 2 and 6. Buy
Okay.
all 2 records. So, and my parents did have a radiogram.
Yeah.
And I used to buy my little 45 amp.
Radiogram. What's a
Yeah.
radiogram now?
You see,
Because
Jack
to
and
me young,
Larry,
so
them
me-
Yeah,
me
I don't
ask
know
you.
what that is. What's a
Teaching.
radiogram?
What's a radiogram?
It's a radiogram. They used to call it a blue spot.
Okay.
And you
Yeah.
put it like, it operates like a jukebox.
Okay.
Oh, so it had the,
And you put
the
6
full thingy.
record or 10, any
Yeah.
amount you want. And every time one play, the arm go
Flip.
back and next
okay.
tune play like a jukebox.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's how I. And if you have, they used to call it a long player, which is an LP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just go and play the track them through till when, if you want to skip a track, you skip it yourself. So that's how I get my practice and
And that was the first contact, our first sound system.
for myself.
For
For
yourself.
yourself.
So then, no, alright, you started, you ran around with Joke Breed for a while,
Yeah.
and you formed your own sound. Why? When did you start get your first like the bookings them for King Tubby's?
No, well, you see, how it really go. From a big family, cousins and all that. So, up and down with Reed, and Reed decided to sell this sound.
Yeah.
But I never have the money to sell this, to buy this sound from it.
Yeah.
So I go to the man who built this sound. A man named Mr. Harold. And me and my cousin then buy one piece of amplifier. So when they buy the one amplifier, we have to have a preamp. We have a turntable.
Yeah.
And we have one bass box and one top end box. And we start play, do like a party and them little thing. As a youngster from school, you know, me have all the schoolmates them say, boy,
Boost you up. Yeah.
so me I get the support.
Yeah.
So while I'm getting the support, me a bill.
Yes.
Yeah.
And people talk. So based on people talking, people, oh, that's just a,
Yeah.
you were a teenager at that
Yeah.
time. So, oh, that's just a boy, yeah.
Your birth name is Cecil. How the name King Tubby's come about? Because like, it's a very catchy name. How
Well-
that name come about?
My sister come up from Jamaica.
Yeah.
And you know, every man in England always have a sound.
Yeah.
Name off of a sound from
I
Jamaica.
reckon. Yeah.
Okay.
King
Yeah,
Tubby. So
right.
it's named from the King Tubby's great legend. King Tubby's from Jamaica.
My sister came up and when I start the sound and have it going on, and I said to her, the best sound of Jamaica name. She gave me 2 names. King Tubby's and Tippertown. But although you see me now, when I was young I was chubby.
I
Yeah.
saw
Fat and
pictures.
chubby
Yes.
and-
Yes.
Yeah.
So I say I go and name my sound
King
King, Tubby's.
Tubby's.
So that's where because I was a bit confused in the beginning when I see your King Tubby and then I see another King Tubby. So I was kind of sieving through to see which is which. But then you saying this now explains every single thing. So moving from you get the name now. Wasn't there a conflict of interest between the Jamaica side and the UK King Tubby? How you
No.
work that out?
Well, you know something? After I built my sound, 1970, I decided to go back to Jamaica, to go make things. Anyway, some guys said they want to dance. And the sound that I leave, which is Drew Creed's sound. So I said to my cousin then, because my family is a big family, I said, boy,
Well, that would.
I now make Reed beat me now.
But he's your teacher. Isn't would be considered as your teacher?
Let me tell you something. Jimmy Smith learn a man to play organ,
Yeah.
and the man come and play a better note than
Than
him.
him. Yeah. He must
So
be
that
proud.
is why I
Yeah.
have that in the back of my head. I say, and I make my teacher beat
So
me.
it's all about pride.
Okay.
It's my time now.
So did you beat him that? You beat him
Of
that
course,
dance?
me have to beat him. I wouldn't be telling you this if my name beat him.
Honesty, yes.
So maybe that was what actually bring you to the forefront, where people say, all right, it was. I should have asked the question. Was that the turning point for you, where people decide?
It was a very good turning point because I went down to Jamaica, and it's the first 1973. I'm telling you. Now. IRI, Cameroon by Tubby's run a Waterhouse.
Yeah.
The Jamaican Tubbies.
Yeah.
Right.
Register myself and identify myself, as would say. Get to know Tubby's, Tubby's get to know me. So
How
I
did he
said,
take it though? How did he take it?
I'm coming to that.
All right, I'm waiting.
So Tubby's said to me, if you call your sound King Tubby's of England, you know, you have to have good music and so forth. He also said to me, you have to have at least quarter dozen songs where only you one can play. That if anybody want to hear those songs, they have to
Them
come
have to wait upon you. Right.
So okay, come on, they never really. So I call back and say to my cousin them, say, listen, you have to send some money, come give me car tops, give me a idea, yeah. I sound good.
Yeah.
I record quarter dozen special with the IRI in Jamaica.
And that was obviously monumental.
And that was the turning point for me and my son in Brixton,
right.
because we play up a real turn road. And me have to turn over my teacher and I can know say right now.
New business.
New
So
business.
Fresh
was it
meat.
those songs that the idea that you got from King Tubby's that you need a special, was it those songs that actually win you the clash when you
Of
beat?
course, because nobody in England has ever heard that.
Okay.
Tactic.
So the tactics work.
It worked.
Okay.
And it's still working up till today.
well,
Sometimes I advise tune I don't make even the man them where I play my sound hear
No.
them until the time we're ready for go play.
Okay, so
Serious
it's-
No, that's a
Serious
man.
business.
Yeah.
so all right. You coming from such a school era, I know you must been watching what's going on right now into the clash world and the clash era, the nowadays clash scene. How do you find it?
It's a very big question that, because you see, if you answer it honestly,
Honesty is the
there's
best
That's the only
policy.
thing we will accept, by the way.
upset about.
We no business, it's the truth.
Show me the man of my background, me can't say anything.
You see?
See?
Yes.
Glad about Brad.
Exactly. So go ahead. What is your response?
Well, to be really honest, the clash business is right now, how me see it. They're mashing it up.
Oh,
The youth them out the street and mash it up.
What are they doing to damage?
Because first
Clash.
thing, for the last, I'd say, 10 years, I don't see no man a come out and now clash another dance. They say them hear 6 record where them hear. Because them don't play the music so that the people get to hear the music, what the music is saying.
so it's a problem in terms of the delivery of the
Yeah.
songs.
And also, you don't see people dance no clash. A man and a woman stand up over there, so them just not listen.
But maybe it's a generation swing though. Maybe things change. and-
That's what I said. The way the thing is going today, it's not really a clash. In my eyes,
Yeah.
I can't talk for the
It's not how you know it.
no.
And do you think necessarily that is going the wrong way, or you accept the change that it has made?
Well, as a whole boy, you have to accept the change, but I don't believe in the change.
So is there anything you think you can do to bring it back to what it was before?
As I said, no, I'm the minority. They are the majority, and they say majority rules.
So what you're saying, you're just going
To
by
see it
what's
and
going
leave
on
it?
now, quote unquote, yeah? Because I guess over the quarantine period, especially Carnival weekend, is that affect you and the business what King Tubby would do, and the impact where you normally have? Because I know you guys have your spot every year in Nothing in Carnival. How did that affect the whole movement of King Tubby's son?
It affect me because really a lot of people was looking forward for Carnival.
Yeah.
and there was no carnival. So therefore, people that would really say I come a carnival and I enjoy myself, it's not there because
not
there was
there.
no carnival.
Well, there was online carnival, but probably you would have really enjoyed
I
it.
take a little part in it, the online
Okay.
thing, but it wasn't
As
like
it
the
would
way-
have been
Anything
if you were
online
there
are
in person.
foolishness.
Yeah.
Me attack is plain at this. Anything I fuckery. Yeah. Sorry, me English, but you don't know. Yeah, straight
No,
up.
I know.
Yeah.
So, I want to ask in regards to the years of King Tubby's. Obviously, things change, people come, people go. What has been some of your biggest challenges in running King Tubby's here in the UK in regards to from the business perspective as well as from inside where you've had change of members where members come and go? Talk to me. Me see my smile, so something dead if it talk.
Yeah.
Something hard there.
Talk with you that goes up that way here.
Yes.
Yeah,
we
but
like the truth.
No,
we all
well,
hear what's happened, so yeah.
no. Well, I don't have nothing to hide,
Yeah.
Yes. So talk to us about that or those situations.
Over the years, I've got many guys who comes and goes, right? But see, King Tubby's sound is a one-man sound.
Okay.
It's my sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If a man come and play my record, when you leave, you can't take it.
Yeah.
So is
So
that
you
this?
come with your body and
Yeah.
you leave with your body.
Okay.
You don't
Yeah.
take my things,
Yeah.
because I don't bite me and you, me one bite.
So it's a business. They come to work at a
So
business.
yeah.
Yeah. And also, many a man come and promote themselves around the sound, so...
And
It
how has
goes.
that left you feeling?
No, it don't let me feel no way.
Because
I'll
you
be-
still have your son at the end of
Yeah.
the day. Mm.
If I left, suppose you two want to leave the sound, you leave, because probably those four is going to stay. So it's still working,
Yeah. And the work continues.
and the work continue.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so in terms of those members who leave the other day, because I hear a lot of things, There's a lot of whispering going on through the wind. Is there any bad blood with the
Past members.
the exit of playing the song?
If them have any bad blood, me no have none.
Good.
And this is coming from.
And all
From
of them
honest
still
place.
pass and say, hello, you're right, Father, yes.
Yeah.
They might have a little disagreement with one of the member, but me and them don't have no problem.
And that's quite important to have.
And that is but to be honest, we have to understand that in every relationship you're going to have your good days and your
Yep.
bad days.
Definitely.
So whenever the bad days it's just for the bigger person to step up and say, all right, this is what it is, and then we just can't see eye to eye anymore, and then we just go our separate ways. Makes sense.
And the most important thing is to learn your lessons.
From
In every
this-
situation, there's a lesson to be learned.
exactly.
Learn your lessons, move on.
And
Exactly.
the end of the day is I hope people just be respectful
Yes.
and be loyal. In sense of what I'm saying, loyal, like they must come to King Tubby's and learn something over a period of time,
Give
because
credit.
if you're doing something, no matter what type of job you do or what type of job you don't like to do, where you do even one time in your life, you learn something from
Yeah.
there. You come out there with a different experience you never
You're
had before.
changed.
So all the time when you get that experience, you
Give
always have to
credit.
give credit where it's due.
Definitely.
Of
So-
course.
Wish everybody well with the party, like as what you say, I should say, Mr. Cecil. They didn't come with anything, they come with their body and leave with their body, and King Tubby's name will still be
Still
your
live
name.
on.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because I think that's your legacy. The song's
Yeah.
gonna live on even long after you're gone.
You know something?
Yeah.
If you have 6 friends or 1,000 friends, anytime one of them do something and say, oh, you don't do that, stop it.
Yeah.
You become the biggest shit house, my friend. Excuse me language.
No,
Yeah, no, that's
it's fine. Language
It's
is
alright,
fine.
It's good.
But if you keep saying yes, 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 you're the greatest.
Because
Ex-
it's yes, man.
Yeah, yes, man mentality.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anytime
true.
you say no,
That's
that's a
true.
problem.
But,
That's
but
true.
in this time what we're living, it's good to tell people like
The truth.
the truth and be frank, because it don't make sense beating around the bushes. Because if I have something to tell you, if I'm beating around the bushes, I'm only gonna delay the inevitable
Or the message.
Whatever gonna happen, I'm just delaying it because I'm gonna tell you one day.
Or
So-
if you don't, someone else will.
Of course.
And I mean, if on the topic of friends, if it is a case that I as your friend can come to you and say, you know, say, Fada Cecil, what you do it, me not really rate that one day, and you take it as, oh, that girl you move, so me ain't a friend.
Of course. All right. So
and
let's
also, you shouldn't blame someone for something that they haven't done.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's true.
all right. Let's swing the conversation a separate little way there fast, cause when we have royalty, we like for dig for find some treasures.
Yes.
Bring us back to the days when King Tubby's. I know you're in the prime now and you still play the music now, but I'm talking yesteryears where a Friday night session I keep King Tubby's and three of the biggest sound in my London string up. Explain that moment, mom, for me, please. Like how it was it in London, because me never there here now.
Yeah.
Just create that
And
atmosphere
since it
there
has
for me.
changed,
Yes.
talk
How
us
much has
through
it
that.
has changed?
It has changed a lot, really, because nowadays you can't call a sound out there and say clash.
Yeah.
Because most of the man them were as the top champion hasn't got a sound for themselves. And to be really honest, going out go play a sound in clash, you have to play on your own machine. I hear but the
Lion
name
Squad.
Lion Squad.
say it earlier on,
Yeah.
which is true. If we go and clash, I wouldn't come here sound clash today now.
Because back
I
in the days,
told we are gonna sound the same.
they turn it down. If you play that
Yeah,
somebody
yeah,
thing, turn on that, you know. Come on from a sound.
Not even the turning down.
Yeah.
We are gonna sound the same.
Yeah, that's true. There's no
And what I
difference.
can do with my sound, you probably can't do with yours. So I want to play on my own sound.
Yeah.
So I
If
think
I want the bass to play, I make the bass play. If I want the mid-range to play, I
You
make
make
the
it play.
mid-range play. Or the tweeter, whatever. Probably your sound can do that, and my one can do it. So I want to play for my
My
own
own.
sound.
Right.
so
But
is
in a sense, would that have a lot to do with people who have more financial dividends in terms of a man who can spend more on him sound to get certain thing where probably you can do or I can do? Would they have the upper hand in a clash?
No, well, you must know what you want when you build a sound, you know. A lot of man build sound and then build a heavy sound, but it don't have no clarity. And suppose a man love to play with a lot of highs,
High, yeah.
different from bottom. You have to know them things there. What do you want? I
So-
build my sound to suit myself, not to suit you.
So basically that goes to say that a lot of doublets where you cut goes with the quality of your sound or you build the sound to the way it play.
That's right.
Okay.
and I realize you talking now I've started me something. I've realized the culture of the sound system has more changed into the personality clash versus the
Sound clash, yeah.
Because what you're explaining to us is actually the sounding of the sound system versus another sound
person.
system. Now it's more likely a personality
Yeah.
over another personality, because as you said, they're playing on the same system, so the only thing you can judge is really the delivery of the person who is playing. So I think maybe that's where the essence went wrong. I don't know, maybe I could be wrong. What's your take?
Have you ever hear a sound system have some very nice song, but the equipment that is playing it on, it don't sound good?
A lot of time.
Well, that is the problem.
So
Me and
it's
you
the
have the
song.
same song, you know, but when I deliver,
It's different.
the more
The, what the
on quality than when she
So-
delivers.
Me and,
And
the
the
DJ.
quality of the sound or the record sound when you're playing it, give the crowd a vibes to make them say, yeah, yeah.
Alright, we are talking about vibe now, right? Tell us the best victory you have in terms of a sound clash. Which sound did you defeat where you enjoyed the most? You must have that one memory where you say,
That one
"Boy,
that now
beat
got
me
dead."
sweet." Who you see that where you get a beaten?
Well, you know, say, again, I will go. I play in Brixton Town Hall in the 70s.
Yeah.
And I play with amongst Drew Creed and a sound called Neville the Musical Enchanter.
Yeah.
Drew Creed's sound heavier than my sound. Neville's sound much heavier than the two of us. But you see when King Tubby's deliver, he hear every word.
It's not muffled,
That's
clear
right.
and concise.
And what's your worst defeat?
You know my sound, I used to call it King Tubby's hi-fi, you know.
Hi-fi.
Hi-fi,
Yeah.
high
Hi-fi.
fidelity.
Yeah.
That's what my sound name of.
So, what's your worst defeat? Just remember, like when somebody really
Beat
whip
you
you
bad.
properly,
Yeah.
because in the clash business, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
Of course. No, well, I dropped my guard. And Coxon give me a little spanking one time. That's it.
Little,
Well,
little spanking.
So Caxton,
And I play up the road there saying all name Loyola Hall up at top there, so.
Yeah.
And Count Shelley really hurt me up badly.
Yeah.
Weight wise and quality, but music, you know, two for two.
Yeah.
Nice. So now we're in 2020. You still have King Tubby's going. And I mean, with social distancing and COVID-19 that is happening, is there anything that you're doing outside of the sound system to help build younger DJs or younger sound system guys at this moment?
No, well, I don't really say build younger. I have a little juvenile way amongst me, and he's
Okay.
very good.
Okay. Or
Very,
teaching,
very
not building,
Yeah.
or teaching, yep.
Yeah, I teach him and I have certain discipline and
Yeah.
I like, so we work very close.
Do you have any more spaces?
Asking
Asking for a friend.
I mean, you know, I must have one bone to pick with him as well, because I realize in the UK with the sound system culture, there's a big generation gap. I don't know. Well, I've asked few different DJs why is it so. The transition has not been smoothly passed, because I don't really. For instance, I use your generation as a perfect example. You're well known not just in the UK, because if me ask anybody America about Tubby's, they will know. I don't know a protege for you for your sound, so like a little young shooter that is established. So I find that a bit puzzling for me as a presenter weird, because I know I like to see the seconds coming through. That is the writ I have against Tubby. What's your take on this?
Well, as a young shooter, you have a lot of youngsters who are trying. Let me tell you something. The long and short about it, you know, most of the youngsters them you see out there talk about sound system. You have to put your shoulder to the wheel.
I'm sure.
The first thing, you see when I come here and I learn trade, I leave school and I learn trade. The first time I got trade, what you think the boss said to me? So one broom, they go sweep the shop. I go tell himself up. I said, no. No worry.
Yeah.
I get what you said.
And I do it. And the afternoon, him say, I want to have a word with you. I thought him was stop me. He carry me up in an office and start show me how to read the drawing. I never know, see, I test the man, I test myself. It means cuss and go on, him run my way.
Imagine if you did actually
So
cuss
to
him
me,
off.
go sweep the shop now and come back and sit down. Me all have a cup of tea and me see my pass and I watch me, but me never realize. I study the man, I study me. Most of the youngsters, them now, if you tell them, say, well then, make me lift up the box. Boy, me know what to do. He want come put on him laptop. First thing him come and him ask. Him no ask, we no 45 there, no. Wait up them there.
Yeah.
Man, go about your business, man. You climb up the ladder too fast.
My
And
dear.
that is the problem with most of them.
So, what would be your encouragement to those coming up?
No, them feel look, listen and learn and know the thing.
I think that's a fair answer. That's why
Yeah.
I believe if you just make your
Yeah, answer.
express yourself and it makes sense, don't you?
It makes sense because
Yeah.
me, like, we are Jamaican, like, when we start playing sound, we come to the ranks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go some place, we lift some box.
Jipe and drop back.
You
Wipe
dime,
off a box
you
first.
dime for all them style, you know, make you go and play until, you know, when the sound just string, I feel like a time.
Yeah.
And you know, it'll get to night hours, you still a play, and like, people are coming out there still a play.
Yeah.
Then, you know, when you get good, Yeah, bust dance, man. Boy, have to move side when they get good enough. You do your dirt.
Yeah.
You have to
And
go
it's
through the
a
process.
learning curve
Yeah,
anyway.
it's a learning curve because I remember the days like, remember, me I got dance, truck a pack ya pack truck, drive pan truck, go dance, pack out sound, put up sound, wipe off this, do this start, play sound. You're hungry, you have a little clothes in a truck back in, remember, you know. You have one little spongy and chop all in. At night time, remember there are some country place, you know.
Yeah.
You go sleep there, so you know. You go hold a little sleep and say, I'm sleep and wake up 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, dance hot. I remember after you take a little break, you know, when you don't play like by 8 o'clock, you have like 8 o'clock, man, them come on. From 8 till dance start, then you have a big selector who go see and drive, come and dance. Then you reach that stage where, you know, you're not drive pan truck anymore, you drive, come and dance. And you reach a stage when you realize, say, oh,
You have to go through the ranks.
you have to go through the ranks.
Of course.
No, but funny enough, when I start follow read sound, that's exactly how I learn. Cause we go with string up the sound.
Yeah.
Read, sit down and then pick out him section and put so. And him say play from I said them lot, don't touch them. So me start play some little song
Yeah.
gradually so
Yeah,
till me
yeah.
get and learn.
And that's how people learn anyways. You know, really come in and learn from top. You know, have to learn the basics first.
As what I say, Rome never built in one day. So
Aye.
anything what you're doing, you need to take time out to learn a skill
Yep.
properly.
And one before we go.
Mm.
I always notice this from I come to England for about 10 years now. The quality of the sound system here is way different from the quality I hear in the Jamaica. Would you have anything to say about that and why?
In what way?
Clarity.
The clarity. Because in terms of the sounds that I've listened to
Here.
there's a few that plays
Alright. I want to say that great. I'll say alright.
Yeah. But when I
Yeah.
listen to, I'm not saying that you have to have the whole, because you know there's hardly any place in England where you're gonna have a sound that play up like a stone up string up a Jamaica. But I mean, like leaving the little small section that I see. Obviously, I don't even want to use Carnival, because Carnival, you have some sound good.
Sound alright.
Sound alright.
I never been to carnival and I hear sound like playing like I know like certain sound in Jamaica have certain attributes, like I know bass at DC.
Have a lot
They-
of bass.
No, it's not their tap end is very clean and whistling. Stone Love have that nice heavy bass, good tap end, but when you come on to bass line and that heaviness, you know, it's Jaro. Jaro have that big woof. But over here now, it's kind of hard to define. Like
Me not really see no sound where
I don't see them stand out.
No. May I tell you the truth? I've never listened to your sound play before, so let me say that before you answer. Can't see how you look for me.
Like him ready.
But no,
Like him answer, man.
yeah,
Like
but
it's our honest opinion.
your reply.
No, well, did you all know, say in Carnival, although you're playing your sound,
Yeah.
you still have someone in the crowd monitoring the sound, how you play it. You have to turn it down or, you know what I mean, keep it on a level. So sometimes most of the sound them get away a little bit for 10 or 15 minutes before somebody come and say, turn.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't have to come up to you, know, but you always
Know where they are.
when you're on the stage, you look as you see them coming and go.
Yeah.
So you know exactly
Yeah,
what to
yeah,
do.
yeah.
So sometimes you want to really let your sound go, but you can't.
All right.
Although you're playing outdoors,
Yeah.
I quite agree, say them playing, and as I said, how some man play them sound. If you want to hear more device and any equipment, you have to reduce something.
You have to reduce, yeah, 'cause especially if your sound have compressor upon it, and
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
So
And
I understand
some
that
man
as-
want the bass, some man want the voice.
Yeah.
So which one do you want?
So
Me,
you have to pick
I know what I want. So we're not gonna put the Lord, government on a shot in the ears. So when you got one party, so we can forward.
I would like to even tomorrow.
Let us meet tomorrow.
so how you gonna manage with the new rule? The new rule for the 85 decibels.
Well, to be real honest, I'm watching and listening. And it's not everything you hear at first
Check
you
out.
jump at it. So you have to
Watch
work
it.
it out and see what's going on.
Look, listen, learn.
And learn.
Yeah.
That's the words of
And you
great.
can go and say you're going to break the rules, because then we take away your equipment. So let we watch first and see. early warning.
Well, I think you guys need to tell Mr. Boris Johnson that not to look, listen, and learn because what they're saying is total garbage. And anyway, we just want to thank for having you here because like it's legendary and like we could sit down and talk and
for the
talk
whole day,
for hours
yeah.
because-
Until tomorrow.
Yeah,
Until tomorrow, yeah.
We can't even touch some of them part because that kind of it's a long story.
Yeah, and we don't really have the time. Yes. But we have to, one person I have to big up, Miss Chantel.
Yes.
You know the behind the scenes woman. Big up yourself, mama. Thank
Yeah,
you
man,
for
big up
everything
Chantel,
that
I
you
don't
did.
She's a secretary.
She's a secretary, the right hand,
And the
everything in a one. Right. Booking agent, everything. So on social media we can find you on Instagram at King Tubby's Sound and everywhere else, right? Same thing everywhere else.
Right.
And if you want to contact numbers, just link us.
Hold
We'll
on,
pass
let me
it
ask
over.
one more thing. What do you think about these online clash? Una war so you know.
The online clash can go on because you cover wide media with it
Okay.
all around the world. So I don't knock that.
You don't knock it.
No.
You just prefer if it
So-
was in person with the sound
Yeah.
system.
When a murdering time for King Tubby's, when me can tune in for soon have murder somebody.
Are you going to be doing
Well,
online?
anytime there's any clash, you know, if,
Online. You
Listen.
do an online clash as well?
in England, if you have a good sound clash, and Tubby's no night,
It's not a clash.
Not a clash.
Wanna
You know,
hear
so-
that? Yes.
Me like
No.
your energy.
No.
Me just not like we see you in our
I mean, a man love play a song when a boy can't play.
With beer
sound
badness
system.
back and up.
Right.
You heard?
So, so the
You understand?
especially
Yeah.
when pull it dead box, you know.
Of course.
Right.
I like that and I like the energy. Trust me, and give thanks for the love and the energy that you brought to us and the knowledge that you share with us. So even though you me attack, I am grateful for the experience that you showed to us and all the knowledge where you just give to us. We're grateful for it. All right. So thank you
Trust
very
me.
much for coming through. All right.
And you have a
thank
whole
very
lot
much
of
for having
fans
me, sir.
on Facebook as well.
Yeah,
Jenny
that's here.
says hi.
Aye.
Dennis Brown says real history. Whole heap of people who are very appreciative of you coming by and chatting
Yep.
to us.
Yeah.
We'll be in touch. Don't worry.
All right.
Big up Aquarius as well. All right.
Yes.
Thank you very much for joining
Big up.
us.
It's not fat man.
Anybody
Every
else you want to
time.
shout out?
And not being even Brian, you know, I know Brian the first.
Long
Yeah, man, big
time.
up,
I
big up,
know.
big up. That's why I go see. But you know, I'm gonna big up Coxon, cause you're saying yeah, heartbeat. Yeah, but yeah, more about Coxon big up a big son. Coxon, you don't know. I joke, me I make you know about that. See me, I beat me up, you know.
In good faith. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for
All
joining
right.
us. This is the Upper Live show. We just had the man himself, King Thomas, was here live, giving us some history of the music industry and a whole and how much it has changed. It has changed a lot, and a lot of what has changed is just the essence of how the music was